Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night, wherever you are. Part 2 of this duology of one-day streams. I had a meeting from 11 to about 12-ish, had lunch, and now we are back to continue with the prepared fights. Once again, hope everyone's been doing well. At the bottom, you can see the fight we most recently did, which is the grunt number 6. The one with the bright powder double team Noivern, which is notorious for being risky as shit. It was for me as well. Thankfully, I managed to dodge every risk that was involved here. And I quit the stream, like, basically the second I finished that battle because I needed to be there at 11 and I was done at 10:58. Result being, we are now going to continue to grunt number 7. Let's get that guy up for you. It is the one with the Caracosta. Now for this fight, I have something very cool lined up. Well, cool. I would not call it cool per se, but I definitely have something interesting. Good luck, thank you. Hopefully I don't need it. Hopefully everything that I have prepared just kind of works out, you know? You kind of hope that there's no luck involved in this part of, like, when cooking up RnB shit, you just hope that you don't need to worry about luck. These two can go into the bag. This one I might as well grab because I need to put it on someone else. Specifically, Wolfric. This can go in the bag, this can go in the bag. Didn't get everyone yet, actually. Let me do that first. I need Cyrus. And I need... I'm not super knowledgeable about this kind of run, so... No. Like, this is not me trying to discredit what you said or anything. Like, I understand that this is not the kind of thing a lot of people know about. RnB by nature is not the most well-known. It is well-known within the Nuzlocke community, I'd say, but not necessarily in the wider Pokemon community. As a result... Yeah, if you don't know about this game is often considered the hardest Pokemon Nuzlocke up until March of this year when Platinum Kaizo released. Prior to that, this was considered the hardest Nuzlocke of all time. There's over 300 custom-made fights by, like, a good competitive player. There is a lot here. Let's put that on the right guy, and now it's time to give everyone their berries. That's a lot. No, it is a lot, but it is a full-blown, like, Emerald ROM hack, right? If you look at the Emerald's game files, there is about that many fights in there as well. So it's not like it's a lot more. There's even more, technically, because there is some... like, optionals that you could do. I think if you include every single optional, you can even hit the 400 fights. Now, not all of those are as custom-made. Some of them are just like, okay, these 3 Pokemon, good luck. And, like, their level-up moveset, so, like, not nearly as scary as... I think this was Wiki. Yeah, it was. Okay. Okay. But most of them are ridiculously hard, and right now, do you have the rules, like, somewhere? Let me look that up, actually. If you know what a hardcore Nuzlocke is, that's basically what this is. Pokemon RnB is a game on its own. It's just a very hard Pokemon Nuzlocke with Gen 8 mechanics. With, like, some minor differences, nothing too big. And your goal is to, you know, not lose any battle and get all the way to the end using hardcore Nuzlocke rules. Hardcore Nuzlocke rules, for those that don't know that either, is you can only catch your first mon on a route, or any location whatsoever. You cannot have any duplicates, which can give some encounter manipulation. If Pokemon faints, it dies, and you cannot overlevel asterisk before any next major milestone. There are about 15, I want to say, like for this, it's like mini bosses and gym leaders, basically. And finally, what was the last thing? Okay, you need to nickname your Pokemon. That's kind of a Nuzlocke thing, but the bigger one was you cannot use items in battle. That was the one I was thinking of. You can use health items, but you cannot use items in battle. That's like core hardcore Nuzlocke rules. This is like my box. You can exclamation mark team to see what I have completely. Beyond that, there's not many hard rules. It's more of like, oh, I need to prepare for the next fight, and rather than that being a thing of, oh yeah, let's just where do I want to go with that sentence? Rather than, oh yeah, let's go in and with this team I should be fine. You need to like properly prepare for every single fight. Most fights tend to be unfair towards you in a reasonable way. Like, your opponent will be stronger than you, but you are smarter than your opponent. It's the best way I think I can describe that. In this case, however, I'm running in the Aqua Hideout. The storyline that this game follows is mostly Emerald storyline with like some minor differences, but nothing too major. Any major things that have happened on that front have already happened. What did I... Right, I remember. It was... How many captures are available in total, and how many mons have you lost? The deaths are there at the bottom left. I have 22 deaths. I believe the total is about 70. Give or take. 60 to 70 encounters in total. Now, you do not get all of them. For example, I missed one encounter, and in the late game, there is some specific encounter shenanigans. I'm going to help room enthusiast. Sorry, actually, Dr. Thop. Hi, Shaman. Welcome. I should look that up. Actually, you know what? Let's give you this a look. That is not the right screen. 1 second. Because I do have it. It just needs to... encounter routing, this one. There we go. This is like an entire overview of all the encounters you can have over the course of the game. There's... Actually, no, I have something cooler. I have something way cooler to show. 1 second. Approximate number worked fine. Yeah, no, but I have something cooler. Where is it? 1 sec, because that gives me an opportunity to show off something cool. This is the... Is this the right one? It isn't. I did this one. Here is like, as it loads, like an overview of every single encounter I've had over time. And this is where you can see how many you have. It's about 75-ish. And here you can see how many kills everyone has had. That's one of the things I've been working on in the interim. And you can see, oh hey, Tate and Eliza split. That's where we are now. I've not updated in what I have done today, but like here you can see like, oh, this is how many kills everyone got and shit like that. It was a very fun project. So yeah, no, I definitely like working on this, but you can see like, oh hey, in Brawly, how everyone did and so on, and here's the frag tally, not that it really matters. But here you can see like the overall frags, and oh, I cannot show the frags for Tate and Eliza itself. Let's cheese that limit. 1 sec. There. Now you can see how just this split has gone. Sneasler, kinda popped off. Yeah, Ingo here, our Sneasler, is incredible for this part of the game. It's gonna quickly fall off once we beat Tain Eliza for a very specific reason that I will save as a tiny bit of a surprise, I suppose, for the people that don't know. Regardless, that's not even close to where we are right now. Because right now we're just like still in Aqua Hideout. We're not even close to the gym. Though I have prepared the entire gym. So I could theoretically get all the way up there if I have the time. For now, I want to check that I have everyone all set up. I should get my scripting tool up. I don't have everything ready yet. I need to do one thing. I need to pre-damage Cyrus to 231. Beyond that, we are ready. The other change we made, normally Will here has Surf. We don't really need Surf for this fight, so we gave him Flash. We can re-teach him Surf at any time anyway. Yeah, hope everyone has had a good weekend. Most of mine has been being a bit ill and preparing for going on vacation next week. I know, Thop, you had your... Did you have yours yesterday? I believe you did, right? Your PSPL match. I was ill last week too. Yeah, no. It's been going around, though. Like, annoyingly so. About yesterday. Yeah, no, exactly. Yeah, oh, you guys are playing PSPL? Yeah, we are indeed playing for PSPL. We are in the same team. I've already played this week. I lost, unfortunately, on a 50-50. Genuinely, if I had gotten that 50-50 correct, I would have won that fight. Otherwise, then we'd be 4-1 and probably would have won this week. We still can, but then we were like easily winning this week. Now it's 3-2. And it's getting close. We have 3 more matches today. I believe one is in 2 hours, one is in 3 hours, and one I don't know the exact time of. 3-2 is close, yeah. Oh, one sec. While streaming, I need to prepare a loaf of bread, so I also need to keep that in mind. One sec, I'll be right back. Okay, we're back. Sorry about that. While I also enjoy streaming, I also have... I wouldn't call it chores. I'm just a man of many things, I suppose. I also bake bread, and Sunday afternoon, I just bake 1 or 2 loaves of bread every day, and that means I do have to put them in the oven at some point. That point being now, because the oven was ready to... Yeah, oven was preheated and everything. Anyway, we were at this fight. I've been baking lately, but just cakes. Cakes are also fun to bake. I'm more of a pastry. How does OU room always face for tour room every PSPL? Yeah, I don't know how that happens, though. I do think part of it is those who tend to just get past pools and thus tend to be able to face each other more often. The 4th or 5th year in a row that OU and Tours have faced each other? Damn. That is almost impressive. You'd think... Do you know if it's in pools or is it actually outside of pools? Because I feel like it's not that rare if it's outside of pools, like if it's the semis or whatever. There's a reason with like a World Cup, you more often see Brazil versus Germany or Brazil versus Spain compared to Chile versus Pakistan or something, you know? Like, or maybe with a more accurate example for locally, you don't really see scavengers versus Wi-Fi or something, but you will are more likely to see them outside of pools twice. Right now it's pools. Oh, really? Okay. Huh. Okay. Well, yeah. I just mean it makes sense, right? It was this. That should be it. Why are you damaging your hunch crow? Okay, I will get to that, alright? It is to guarantee a certain move at some point in the fight. I need that pre-damage to manipulate the AI in such a way that I guarantee what happens. But that will be way later in the fight. These two, Cyrus and Wolfric, will be the final 2 months to come in. And the first 4 Pokemon are just for the Caracosta. Cyrus and Wolfric will do everything else with just the 2 of them. Double check the leads and double check the items, as you should. Citrus, Flash, Wiki, Hidden Power, Citrus, Black Glasses, Citrus. That is what I have written down. 231 is what I have written down. 81 across the board. Then we are ready. Let's get this show on the road. If you want to know the secret about our hideout, you have me to beat. It's not much of a secret when I was there when it was captured. Anyway. Aqua Grunt number 7 leads with a Quick Claw Caracosta. Will is our lead. This Caracosta on the first turn is most likely to Stealth Rock. On the first turn of a fight, of the first turn that a Pokemon is brought in, Stealth Rock is far more incentivized. Up until we hit 166 HP with Will, we stay in and we click Flash. Will is barely faster than the Caracosta. What we will be doing against this Caracosta is we're going to stall it out of all of its attacking PP. So this is going to be a long and boring fight, but the payoff of it will be incredible. We have one more turn, so we flash again. reducing its accuracy, because if shit misses, that's fine too, you know. Stone Edge, we are hit to 151, so we need to switch out. The maximum damage Stone Edge can deal to Will is 166. Once we're below that, we need to get the fuck out. We saw one Stone Edge. I'm just gonna call... I have written it down so I can count them out. Also, one Stealth Rock, just for safety, for completion's sake. We go to Amaris. Amaris quad resists rock, therefore he can take a Stone Edge just fine. This means we are at Stone Edge number 2. Yep, and it missed. That's perfectly fine. Now we will be going to Wallace on the guaranteed Hydro Pump. Wallace can take a Hydro Pump just fine, has the special bulk to take those on. Which means we are now at 1 Hydro Pump and 2 Stone Edges. We once again go to Amaris on the guaranteed Stone Edge. Now that Stealth Rock has been used, you will never see Stealth Rock again. He will just go for the highest damaging move. That's always Stone Edge against the water types. It's always Hydro Pump against the rock, against the steel types. So that's Stone Edge number 3. We once again go to Wallace. And we will see another Hydro Pump. And it hits again. That's fine. It's not a big deal. We need to specifically get ourselves above 152. We have Will in the interim if we need it. For now, we will go to Amaris once again on Stone Edge number 4. Stone Edge number 4, there we go. And this is once again going to be Hydro Pump. Double checking, Wallace takes at most 60 from the Hydro Pump, so Wallace is safe to switch in right now. It missed. Oh, that is no, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not. Hydro Pump number 3. We have one more Stone Edge to wait out. So we go to Poppy this time to take that final Stone Edge. That's fine, it hits. That's not a big deal. This once again baits Hydro Pump. Now Wallace has a Wiki Berry. That Wiki Berry will activate once we are below a quarter of our HP, which is about, it's about 65. So we're barely above it right now. Thankfully, the Stealth Rock will trigger first, then the Wiki Berry, then the Hydro Pump. So we can switch in safely, take the Stealth Rock damage, get very low, Wiki Berry activates, we heal for 50%. The Pinch Berries here are as if they were in Gen 7. Which is why they heal as much as they do. And now Caracasa is out of Stone Edge PP, so we are safe to stay in with Wallace and recover. The Quick Lock can activate at any time, of course, so we sometimes will see that we take more than we want. We need to stall for a few turns. We now saw Hydro Pump number 5, so we do it again, we go recover. We just need to stall out turns. We need to specifically not click Safeguard here. This was Hydro Pump number 6. So we have one more turn that we need to wait, so we recover again as he Hydro Pumps us once more. This should be number 7. The reason that Hydro Pump has 8 PP as opposed to 5 Stone... No, we've already seen 5 Stone Edges. So it has 5 Stone Edges. The first move of every Pokemon is PP maxed, the rest isn't. So Hydro Pump here has 8 PP, but Stone Edge has 5, Ice Beam has 10, Stealth Rock has 20. Now, on this turn specifically, we click Safeguard, because from here on out we can see Ice Beams. Not this turn, but a turn after, because this is where he still Hydro Pumps one more time if I didn't miscount. I did not. This should be the last Hydro Pump. And now we Safeguard so that we can never be frozen by the Ice Beam. From here on out, we only see Ice Beam. This is when we go back to Will. Will is the key to making sure that our Honchkrow, our Cyrus, can take on the rest of, like 2/3 of this fight, and that the remainder can be done by Wolfric. You see, Ice Beam, he's run out of Hydro Pumps. Can't you get frozen on the turn you're about to use Safeguard with Quick Claw? Yes, that is correct. But the second that that's the case, it will no longer matter. So here's the deal. A switch only occurs on the opponent's side if there's 3 conditions. 1, there needs to be a Pokemon that is not fast killed or slow, a fast 2-shot or slow 1-shot. 2, there needs to be no move that Carracosta wants to pick. That means they have a priority of -5 or lower. No need to worry about the number specifically, but effectively, if a move is extremely disincentivized, it will go in the negative. Stealth Rock, for example, now is -20. And 3, the Mon itself needs to be above 50%. So what we're going to do now, we're going to slack off once, just to get to full. See, Ice Beam number 2. It missed. And now we Psychic. Psychic from Will always deals at minimum 50%. So now Carracosta will never switch out anymore. And now we just wait. Do one more flash. Just for stalling purposes. And once Safeguard runs out, which is now, I believe. Yep. We go back to Wallace, who can take 5 crit Ice Beams, even if you were to get frozen. Therefore, the freeze will not matter. And if it does, like, I still have some backup switches, right? With the other two Mons I need. So now I Safeguard. If it were to Quick Claw Ice Beam freezes here, that is fine. We don't mind. So now we just wait. We just stall until Carracosta is fully out of Ice Beam PP. He should now be on 7, so there should be 3 more. Afterwards, we need Will to be specifically below 166 HP. No, not 166, 160, I have it written down, 164, between 164 and 103. Because we have the turns, I'm going to start with that a little bit early. So Will comes in, takes a Stealth Rock, maybe an Ice Beam, that could also miss because we used Flash a bunch of times. He's now on 8 Ice Beams. We're just going to do some of the stalling preemptively, right? Just to speed up the process a bit. This is not really a relevant part anyway. This should be Ice Beam number 9, if I'm not mistaken. And Safeguard is still up, so we can go to Will. And this should be the last Ice Beam we see right now. Now, thanks to Stealth Rock, we can still go all the way down to... As a safety insurance, by the way, I'm going to go to Wallace, see if I did miscount or something, but it should go Stealth Rock right now and fail. Yes, okay, so we are good. Now, we have a couple of turns to get Will all the way down between 164 and 103. That is the exact window where Octillery comes in. But Auxiliary will only go for Energy Ball, because that's the highest damaging move against Will. If a move sees a kill, it's considered highest damage. So if I'm too low, there might be multiple highest damaging moves, causing some inconsistency, right? We are now at the point where that's not yet the case. Right now, Auxiliary does not see a kill whatsoever, so it doesn't come in yet. And with one more switch, we should be good. Yeah, okay, we already were. I missed that we were at the right HP amount, but this is still fine. So now, to set us up for the remainder of this fight, we are going to click Future Sight, which is going to hit in 2 turns. Then we're going to click Psychic, and Psychic will kill this Caracosta. It deals at minimum 50%, so 2 of them will always kill. And because Caracosta has 30, a first one would never kill. Even if it would, I believe the max damage was like 60% or something. Doesn't even matter. Right now we will see Auxiliary coming in. Auxiliary is the first mon to see a fast kill against my slow bro. Naturally, being slow as shit, everyone is faster, which is why we see that come in. He only sees that kill with Energy Ball. Cyrus, even on a crit with Sniper, can take an Energy Ball and Stealth Rock. Stealth Rock, Energy Ball, and should always live with like 5 HP or so remaining. Now Future Sight hits, and with the damage from Future Sight, Auxiliary here is dead to Sucker Punch. And that way, Auxiliary's Quick Claw, which can activate there, will never matter, because Auxiliary will not have a priority move, it will just have 999 speed. Right? Effectively. Then, Starmie comes in. Starmie sees a fast kill. Auxiliary lost to 50-50. I mean, yeah, sure, let's call it that. Starmie here is faster than us and sees that that it can kill us with whatever move. What it doesn't see is that we have a priority move that is guaranteed to kill it. Sucker Punch, with the black glasses equipped, is guaranteed to KO Starmie. Now it just baits down the line, and we go to Gliscor. Gliscor, and this is where that pre-damage comes in, always sees a kill with dual wing beat. If the Energy Ball were to have a minimum roll, combined with the Stealth Rock, we would not always see that dual wing beat, Gliscor would not always see dual wing beat kill. Therefore, it could Sword Dance, and we need to make sure that it doesn't. This way, we know he's always going to dual wing beat. Therefore, we're going to go to Wulfric, and Wulfric here can take that dual wing beat. It's a beast on the physical side. As you can see, Stealth Rock and then 2 dual wing beats. Nothing. Absolutely nothing that the dual wing beat does. Gliscor is now poisoned, and we can KO it absolutely easily with Icicle Crash. Gliscor is just going to go for his highest damaging move, which is either Earthquake or Facade, depending on rolls. Earthquake. Wulfric here is so bulky, in fact, that the combination of that dual wing beat, if it were to crit, the Earthquake, if it were to crit, the Stealth Rock, and finally, once we've defeated this Gliscor, we're going to see one more mon come in, and that is the Goodra. The Goodra, whose highest damaging move against is Body Press, if that were to crit, all of those combined do not kill Wulfric. He is that fucking bulky. Furthermore, Icicle Crash shows a kill on Goodra. Barely. It's a range to kill, but the AI always sees the highest potential damage. Therefore, it will never go for Dragon Tail, it will never go for Curse. The only move it can click here is Body Press. Because Icicle Crash is a range, we click Avalanche instead and get the double damage from him attacking us first. Taking the Body Press, you can see we're still like way healthy, and Avalanche is a guaranteed one-shot. And that is how you plan one of these fights, and we are absolutely in like high level preparing with these. I am very well aware, but that is like the gist of how you plan for one of those fights. Well, let's just say there's a submarine at the far end, but by now, I'm well aware. Anyway. And now we run back and we get a new team for the next fight. And that is the story of Run and Bun. You keep going and you keep trying to get the... You keep trying to find solutions for the fights until you can't anymore. And some of them will involve risks. We've seen a few risks earlier today. Very interesting fight. Thank you. Genuinely, this was a very cool line to prepare. I don't say that often. There's a bunch of like fun things always, but this entire line was cool because of how you needed to manipulate that auxiliary to be safe. A sniper auxiliary, and it had water spout, is impossible to plan around. The closest I had to a singular answer was my Ampharos, who could KO with Thunderbolts and take the water spout. But I could not come in on an auxiliary, so I would either somehow have to get Ampharos in some other way, which I didn't have any, or I need to do something else. And eventually I found this PP stall line, and it was like, wait, that might work. If I can set up a future sight, then get Honchkrow in on an energy ball, I can make that work. So yeah, I'm very pleased with how eventually this one worked out. And yeah, it resulted in a very cool fight, in my opinion. The next one is one of the easiest, or one of the most, I wouldn't say easiest per se, but it's one of the most unique. Because one thing Run and Bun does not give you much of, or basically anything of, is setup moves. You have your Rapid Spin, you have like, which is your speed boosting move now because it's Gen 8 Rapid Spin. And you have like Lair and Screech and Metal Sound. You have access to those at times. And you also, I believe you can get Iron Defense. And I'm not even sure about that, but regardless, there is one rare exception. Rage. Terrible move, normally. But if you can manipulate it, all of a sudden you can generate a setup sweep. This fight is gonna be a setup sweep. And I'm very glad that I can make that work because I don't think I had any way around it otherwise. For this fight, I only need 4 Mons if I want to. I believe I had some sort of backup in mind. I don't remember who. I think it was Lana I had in mind, but looking at it, that's probably not the smartest. I will go with Grant instead. And I'll keep Amaris. I think Amaris is probably... No, wait, Poppy's probably a better idea then. I'll do Poppy and Amaris instead, actually. And I'll put this guy back in his place. We also need to take your item back. Haven't seen this stream in a while. Hi, G. Welcome. Yeah, no, it's been a minute. I didn't have much time to stream. I had a very busy month. And I usually only do this when I, like, don't have anyone to disturb with it, which right now is the case. The advantage is I can do a lot of fights today. Piano time. I'm not sure what you mean with piano time, but welcome, Waylord. You are about to watch me get a setup sweep going. There is technically a very rare scenario where I can get fucked, but it shouldn't happen. We also need to use one of our TMs here, though. Roost. I don't expect Roost to be any more useful than here teaching it on Drake. There's very few mons that can learn Roost in any other way. What I mean by that is Roost is often, for the Pokemon that can learn, also a relearn move. And in the... one doesn't seem to be showing up. Maybe my 7TV is broken. It's probably why I also don't see it. I was explaining Roost. We need Roost here for this specific fight. the mons that could learn Roost on my team, there's no other mon that either has it and still has use for it, like doesn't have it and would still have use for it. And looking at future encounters, there's very few that could learn it, and if they do, would benefit from it, and if they would, don't learn it from relearning. Results, Drake is going to learn Roost here. And we're learning it over Fly because we can reteach Fly at our leisure. And with that, we should be ready. Oh, no, we need to do one more thing. We need to give Crook here one extra level. Just for safety. And that's it. That's all we need to do. And that means we go to the final normal grunts of Aqua Hideout. And after that, we finally made it through all the annoying items. You know, all the items that are banned from like most OU tiers? The Quick Claw, the Focus Bands, the Bright Powders, and all that shit. Yeah, the evil teams use those incessantly. Hiya, Farobe. Long time no see. Oops, wrong direction. Nah, still two more sections. Feeling better? Yeah, no, I'm not nearly as ill as I was yesterday. Thanks for joining the practice stream, though. It was a practice stream, right? You remember it being a practice stream? Okay, we are now at the final grunt. I do, thank you. No, I'm feeling better. I don't really have any more physical issues. I'm still a little bit snivelly, but that's it. Okay, that's the guy we just fought. And then we go down here, and there's the final grunt from this. I know that, side note, I saw, G, you did say there's two more sections. Yes, but this is the last, this is the last fight for a while where I need to worry about that. There are two more sections. Yes, no, you're right, there's two more sections. There's the Space Center, and then there's Seafloor Cavern, right? Yeah, those two. Anyway, what we're gonna do here, we're gonna lead with Drake, and this is all we need to do. There's no need for pre-damaging or anything special. We just need to keep a good eye on our rage. When I joined Team Aqua, the first thing I had to learn was how these war panels were connected. Every time I just try to find a voice, I'm like, what am I emulating? Aside from Run and Bun. Get it? Get it? No. Okay. That's a bad joke. Okay, so Rillaboom here is the main instigator of this fight. He sets up the grassy terrain that a lot of the rest of this team likes to abuse. There's a lot of recovery, and there's a lot of damage mitigation done this way. On the first turn, Rillaboom here will be clicking Woodhammer. Woodhammer is the highest damaging move, and we don't show a kill yet into Rillaboom. Therefore, Rage is a safe click, because we quad resist the Woodhammer. Even in grassy terrain, that damage is gonna be pitiful. Now, we are faster, and we show a kill with Dual Wing Beat because our Rage built, and we are now at +1 attack. Therefore, we can Rage again as he Grassy Glides. That brings us to +2 attack. And every consecutive turn that we click Rage, we will be getting another attack boost. So, right now, we have one more tick of Rage that we can do, so we're going to keep doing that. We are now at +3. Rage is building again. We saw Rage is building 3 times. I want to double check that. We saw Rage is building 3 times, correct? I believe so. So now we're going to Roost. As he Grassy Glides us, and we take the damage and we go back to full. This time we did not see it. In practice, I noticed that you need to specifically have Rage be your move selected to make it work. And because we roosted, we also get the Grassy Terrain heal. Right. We Rage again. Keep going against the machine. And with another Rage comes another chance to get an attack boost. So we are still at +3. We now go to +4. We need to go to +5. Once we are at +5, we are good to go. Okay. Then we Rage one more time. And now we should be at +5. Rage is building again. Yes, we should now be at +5. Now, at +5, we show a kill on everyone of their team. So that was like the goal there, to get a kill on every single mon of their team. Or at least show that. Rillaboom has a focus band, so we're going to use dual wing beat here. And hopefully just break through the focus band, but if we don't with the first hit, we have a second hit that could do it instead. We didn't need the second hit. Awesome. We are at +5. I need to triple check that. We are at +5. If I count back, we should be at +5. Yes. Okay. So we're going to just see them go down the line, which means that Wobbuffet comes in right now. Wobbuffet is also dead to do wing beat with absolute ease. Please tell me I'm not wrong. Thank fuck. Okay. So I did count correctly. That is number 2 down. We keep going. He's still just gonna throw out his fodder until he can't anymore. Everything dies to it. I might as well just throw the next thing out. Do wing beat. Also kills the Tentacruel. In one hit even. Now we needed to specifically be above 196, which we are. The reason for that is right now, this Ludicolo can attack us first. It also has Grassy Glide. So it's going to use that. It has a Grass Gem, so it's going to deal decent damage, but not too much. But we afterwards, the Ampharos comes in, which is still down the line. And we need to specifically see that he only sees a kill with hidden power. That's why we need to be above 196 HP before the Ludicolo was to hit us. Because this Ampharos has a Quick Claw. Thus, it could hidden power us before we could attack it. So we cannot continue our clean sweep. It would have been fun. Unfortunately, no dice. So we're just going to go to Cress on the guaranteed hidden power ice. And now comes another stall fest. Because Cress here is dead to Thunderbolts. Always after that hidden power. Not always, actually. But... oh, and that was why I put him at 50%. I remember now. Okay, so we're not always dead to Thunderbolt, so he could theoretically go for counter here. But that is fine too. We're just gonna go to Clay on Thunderbolts or counter. We intimidate him, that's not really relevant. And I think you can guess where this is going. Thunderbolts, nothing. This baits him clicking Focus Blast, maybe counter. Except not counter because we have a Soft Sand equipped. And at level 80 we always show a kill, so he's always going for Focus Blast. Again, there's a Quick Claw here, so we need to make sure that that doesn't happen. We go to Cress. Take one Focus Blast. We're gonna run him out of Focus Blast here. And now it's once again Thunderbolt or counter. We go back to Clay. Clay takes the Thunderbolt or the counter. Neither of them do any damage to it. And we're gonna keep counting. Okay, I'm gonna speed this up a little bit because this is the boring part. Cress, once again, Focus Blast. This is gonna be Focus Blast number 2. We saw it. Yep. We're gonna go to Clay. This is gonna be Thunderbolt or counter. Thunderbolts. And go to Cress on the Focus Blast. 3 Focus Blasts. Clay. Cress. 4 Focus Blasts. Clay. Cress, and this should be Focus Blast number 5. Then we can go to Clay again. And this should be Hidden Power Ice. We have the wiggle room to go to Cress. It is indeed Hidden Power. So now we can go back to Clay on the Guaranteed Thunderbolt. And now, with High Horsepower, we are guaranteed to KO the Ampharos. We have a Soft Sand equipped, and therefore we have to do a tiny bit of more damage, and that tiny bit of extra damage is just enough to guarantee High Horsepower kills. And if Ampharos were to have its Quick Claw activate, the Hidden Power from Ampharos, even on a crit, would not do enough damage back to us. We have one Mon left, and it's Obstagoon. Obstagoon here clicks CC again. Well, that's a fighting move. We have a pretty clear switch in for that. We go to Cress. At least that was what I had written down, but honestly, we don't even need to. We can just go straight to Ingo, because Ingo can take a CC just fine as well. And he's faster, and kills him with CC instead. We take a CC. And he now gets burned. Because of the burn, he should never go for Obstruct anymore, but even if he does, we don't really care. CC here is a guaranteed kill. Bye-bye. One fight remaining in Aqua Hideout. But at the very least, that fight does not have any random bullshit. Nice line, and thought the rage boost disappeared when you clicked on a move. Live and learn. Thank you. Now, the rage boosts don't disappear, but you do need to click it consecutively to keep them. What I mean by that is, if you rage at the end of your turn and then get hit at the start of your turn, and were to roost that turn or do anything else basically, then rage would not build. I'm not fully healthy yet. So if you rage and get hit the same turn, it's a +1 boost. If you raged last turn, get hit, and use rage on the same turn, you get another boost. I think that is the best way to explain it. If I were to switch moves, then I would not get a rage boost. Let's get back. Oh man. I think I talked a little bit too much. Okay, we have one more fight remaining, and this fight has a chance to wipe us. But that chance is infinitesimal, and this one I calculated. I will sell that exact number in a little bit. We will, however, have a sacrifice in this fight, in the next, in the next opponent. I will be using, for this fight, Claire. We will be using Ingo. Drake did all he needed to do. Kofu is going to be brought. We need Raihan. And we need Mela. And I'm missing something. Oh, I'm missing Winona. One second. Okay, so for this fight, let's take a look. I got everyone. I'm gonna need to do some leveling. I need to use some, give some items, but I won't be using all of them. And as a matter of fact, I'm gonna double check this line real quick, because I do want to double check it. I do want to make sure that I didn't miss anything, which is probably a good idea to have some extra people watch along with me. Something like that. Let's get to calking. Oh, my window's a tiny bit too big. There. And this guy looks mostly good. Let's put him... Yeah, that's fine. So this is the team. Sneasler is pretty clean, pretty simple. Takes out the Mammoth Swine with Fake Out and CC. There's a chance I get Ice Sharded, there's a chance I'm not. It will not affect the line whatsoever. Draco Fish comes in. That's Mr. Fish to you. We go to Kingdra, and Kingdra 1v1s. Draco Fish will not kill us before Kingdra can kill it. Draco Fish is going to be replaced by Dragapult, and Dragapult KOs Kingdra. That's going to be our sacrifice. We go to Altaria. Altaria Mega Evolves, and then a Facade. Would kill. I have written down that he is not burnt. He should be burnt. Thank God I double checked that. That baits Kartana. Kartana is going to click Smart Strike. We go to Torkoal. Torkoal at level 74 can take Smart Strike. At 74. Can take Smart Strike and Sacred Sword and barely live. Heat Wave would KO it back, and then Raikou comes in, and thanks to our health Citrus Berry, we'll never click Signal Beam, only Thunderbolt or Scald. This is where we have our tiny risk. Because we will always go to Dragapults. And Dragapult with 2 Dragon Darts, 2 instances of Dragon Darts, will KO the Raikou. If Dragon Darts into Dragon Darts, because I can get paralyzed or burned from Thunderbolt and Scald. If either were to happen, we have a Lumberry to mitigate it. If it happens again, then we need to pivot through Altaria, hope there's no Signal Beam confusion, but that requires 2 crits on top of the 1 in 50, so it needs to be... it's an incredibly low chance to happen, about 1 in 378,000. I think that's a manageable risk. However, if that were to happen, we wipe. I'm pretty sure that we wipe. Actually, no. If that were to happen, I believe I still have an out, but I need to see that in due time. We Tailwind, we Facade for kill. Then Gyarados comes in and clicks Earthquake, maybe Waterfall. We go to Golisopod and we emergency exit to Sneasler. And Sneasler finishes it off. If that doesn't happen, the other 49 out of 50 times, we Dragon Darts again for the kill. Gyarados comes in, pivot Altaria on a random move from Mega. Facade always shows a kill, always EQ after. And here is my proof for that. Actually, now that I look at it, I do definitely need to be burned. So, okay, well, good to know. Yeah, no, I don't think I missed anything. So, I think we're just gonna go. And we're just gonna not see that 1 in 378,000. Right? I was told already at the end of Magma Hideout, because at the end of Magma Hideout, I was looking for mons to sacrifice to the final fight, to Maxi. One of the mons I was looking at was Claire, because Claire just kind of hasn't been doing much. I was told back then that Claire has one very specific purpose after Magma Hideout, and that is for the Dracovish in this fight. So, yeah, let's let him show that off, I guess. Then we need to do the items. We're gonna give black belts to Ingo. We are gonna be giving a bug gem, which I should still have somewhere. Bug gem to Kofu. It's not gonna be used, it's just to show damage. Was it Gara? Oh, no, that was you. What was the Gara plan? Sneasler. Sneasler is faster and CC kills. That simple. I have an emergency exit from Galissapod to get it there, and I should always be able to get that in no matter what. There is a very small chance of things going awry, but if that were to happen, we'll be fine. Let's see, where was I? I needed to give a Lumberry. One of our 100 Lumberries, we're getting extremely low on those. It's a Dragapult, we need to give a Citrus to Mela, and we need to give a Citrus to Claire. Then we're gonna heal. And we need to do one bit of pre-damage and pre-status. We need to pre-damage to 143. Sneasler character, yup. Sneasler is faster in CC kills, and Inner Focus denies the Intimidate if it were in. Otherwise, we can get him in through an emergency exit. We need to pre-damage Kofu to 141 HP. And we need to pre-burn Winona. And that's all. This is all we need. Let's go. Let's finish up the Aqua Hideout, shall we? Come on. No. Okay, we're in. And one teleporter. And two teleporter. And three. And four. And I hate that they did this. Okay, I don't hate it, but like, why do you need to make it so difficult? And then grunts number 4 and 5. Grunts number 6 and 7. Haha, it's a funny number. And grunt number 8. We're gonna save here. And we're gonna do our double check on the items, and double check on the levels, and double check on the lead. Sneasler's the lead. 81 on everyone, but Mela, who's 74, and Kofu, who's just low as can be, 79. Bug Gem, Black Belt, Citrus, Altarianite, Citrus, Lum. Hopefully, most of the over preparation we did was not necessary. We are basically running for a, like, again, we have a 1 in 230,000 for things to go wrong. Sorry, no, a 1 in 378,000. Let's hope it doesn't come to that, shall we? Ingo, let's get this going. Let's go. Got here already, did ya? We underestimated you. But this is it. I'm a cut above the grunts you've seen so far. I'm not stalling for time. I'm going to pulverize you. Thank you, Midnight. Hopefully we can get this, we can get through this with just the expected death. Okay, calculator in hand, let's get this going. Mamoswine here is a Focus Ash wielding, Stealth Rock setting lead. It is oblivious, which means it can still be flinched, because Fake Out will just cause it to flinch. After that, Sneasler is faster and close combat kills. Because he saw that he could Ice Shard or he could Earthquake, he was most likely to Ice Shard. The fact that it was a possibility was not relevant for us. Our line is agnostic of whether or not we were Ice Sharded there or not. 1 down, 5 to go. Here is Mr. Fish. When you say his name, you say thank you, Mr. Fish. And you acknowledge the meme. Claire is quad resistant to Fish's Rend and deals hefty damage in return with its own Dragon Pulse. When we switch it in, it will not be double damage from the Fish's Rend, it will only be normal damage because we moved first because we swapped. This is quad resisted damage, by the way. Jesus Christ. Dragon Pulse. Fish's Rend here, even on a crit, will never kill us. We take a Citrus Berry, and with that Citrus Berry, we are guaranteed to survive 3 Fish's Rends in a row. And Dragon Pulse is a 2-shot, therefore we are faster in killing it than he is in killing us. Gen 8 War flashbacks. Exactly. But I remember, like, I actively remember playing that OU for a bit. Which is rare for me, because I don't play much of competitive. Dragapult here sees a kill with only Dragon Dart, actually. Claire, thank you for your service. 07 to Claire, who dies to 1 single hit of Dragon Darts here. That dealt like 75% on its own. Winona comes in. Winona here is also dead to a Dragon Darts. At level 81, yep, he's easily dead to a Dragon Darts. Let's make it a Fairy type and make sure that doesn't happen, alright? Sadly, at level 81, we are barely too slow to be outspeeding Dragapult under Tailwind. That is insane, by the way. Thankfully, we can take it to Dragon Darts when Dragapult deals no damage to us, thanks to our Fairy type, and Facade was a guaranteed kill. I just got back from my therapy session when I talked about my dead horsefish. Anyway, what's going on here? Okay. This is a guaranteed Smart Strike from Kartana. Mela can take that Smart Strike with absolute ease. He resists it and cannot be crit. And is very physically bulky, even with its lonely nature. Kartana gets some Life Orb chip. And we now will be hit by Sacred Sword, which deals at most 123 HP of damage. Heat Wave in return deals like 300% to Kartana, because it is absolutely made of paper. That Citrus Berry right there is to ensure that the next mon that comes in, Seahorse, but the ID is there. Yeah, okay. I'm sorry to hear about your dead Seahorse. We're not gonna beat it, alright? Okay, that is a terrible joke. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Okay, Raikou comes in. Raikou clicks one of 2 moves. It's Thunderbolt or Scald. Raihan can take that just fine. We take the Thunderbolt or we take the Scald. Raihan's resists. make it pretty apt at taking these moves. Skulls even better than Thunderbolts. If this burns, we are in a still risk line. And now all the risk is gone. We can just Dragon Darts. Number 1 and number 2. I have a Dragon Fang equipped to it, but even without it, it's still enough. Thunderbolt does not matter anymore. Because now a second Dragon Darts is guaranteed to KO the Raikou. And we were not slower, we were not burnt. We are good. Savage. Yeah, okay, fair. And finally, there's the Gyarados. Gyarados intimidates us, and at this HP amount for my Raihan, 108. Raihan goes, Gyarados goes for one of two moves, Earthquake or Crunch. We go to Winona, who can take one of the two moves of Earthquake and Crunch quite alright. Even if it's Megas, a crit Earthquake will not deal enough for us to be worried. I believe. He goes for Crunch, that's even better. At 160 HP, 146 HP, I'm guaranteed to see Earthquake, because we show a kill with Facade. Then we can go to Kofu on the guaranteed Earthquake. Kofu has been pre-damaged so that he is always... Actually, hold up. Oh, no, never mind. I was gonna say, oh wait, can I just do this with Altaria instead? No. Kofu is pre-damaged so that he's always put into emergency exit range from that Earthquake. We love Golisopod in this house. Golisopod is the best mon in this game, and you cannot convince me otherwise. Okay, that's not true. There's probably one mon better than it, and it's Urshifu. And that's it. That's the only mon I can decently safely say that's above it. Kofu is not. Kofu is, Golisopod is not anywhere lower than that. I don't believe it whatsoever. Ingo comes in. Ingo against the Mega Gyarados with a Belt Black Belt. What's his intimidated? I missed that part. Gyarados itself, you mean? Like my opponent? No. He intimidated my Dragapult. I swapped out after, and therefore I was... like... I had an Intimidate on me, but not a relevant one. Ingo now, faster with a Black Belt, guarantees a kill with close combat. And that is this fight perfectly executed. Where am I one level below? I was, for the Golisopod specifically, you want to keep your mons that are meant to bait moves as low as possible. With most fights, you can pre-damage. When I was toying with you, our boss got through his preparations. Our boss has already gone on his way to some cave under the sea. If you're going to give chase, you'd better search the big white sea beyond Lily Cove. Oh, you find it then? Mega Medicham is probably your best late game one. Really? Mega Medicham? That's a first. Like, okay, like, I'm not discrediting you. I just mean I've never heard that. Thop, to answer your question on why I am underleveled. For most fights you can pre-damage, but not all fights. There are some fights where you need to manipulate your damage, you need to be at full HP. To ensure that you can still manipulate the Pokemon correctly, you want to keep them as low as possible. Second, because when you level up speed increases, you will also see that there is a discrepancy in that speed tier. For example, I will in a later fight have my Sharpedo be at level 79 or 80 because that way I'm slower than a specific mon and therefore still baited the way I want to. So that's the two reasons to keep your team underleveled. Jolly Mega Medicham does wild stuff. I'm not saying I don't believe you. I absolutely do. It's just rare. Like G said, it's rare, and that's why why I didn't know that. But even then, I would say that the sheer utility and game warping effect of Kofu, of a Golisopod, is more valuable than any, like, incredible sweeper would be. I don't think it's unfair to say that, right? Oh, we made it through Aqua Hideout. As unscathed as we kind of wanted to. There was some hiccups here and there, but to quote someone, if it gets 4 kills per average to all of the fights after you get it, and that includes the fights it doesn't come to. God damn. That is insane. It's also not as versatile as Golisopod and Shifu. I feel like Urshifu is not all that versatile either. Like, I feel like Medicham and Urshifu are probably equally versatile, right? They're just the fighting type late game sweeper. Urshifu does a little more. It has Fake Out Detect. Okay, never mind. Medicham has more to do than Urshifu. Urshifu can have some priority. It can have. I don't know if it gets flip turn, if it's wet bear, but yeah. Okay. Before anything else, fair enough. I withdraw my statement. Okay. All right, Claire. You were great for a long time, and thank you for your final sacrifice in this fight. That brings our total to 23. Let me update that real quick. Attempts and deaths, 23. Let's see. The hideout fights are done. That means we got to full-on Tate and Eliza split now, which only has 11 battles. The spreadsheet needs a little bit of time to update. The first of the fights after is a very easy one. It's, well, okay, it's not easy, but it is a step down again. Not the seahorse, yep. There was no way of making the seahorse live, unfortunately. The next fight is against Declan and Grace. And it's our first step towards Tate and Eliza. I don't have the time to get all the way there, but I do have all the lines up to and including Tate and Eliza. So in theory, we could get all the way there if we want to. We won't, but we could. For this first fight, I'm gonna double check it, but the line I have written down only requires 5 mons. It is Amaris, who actually has a different moveset compared to what I had it written down because I had something else. My original line involved using Amaris in that Noivern fight, and therefore I would get rid of high horsepower. I didn't need to now, so yeah. I need Cyrus. These are the 5 I would need, apparently. Let's go over this line real quick, just to be safe, not encounter routing this page. I will also quickly do an update of my team, because, you know, probably a good point in time to be doing that. Where's my team again? Here, current team. Oh, right. When I need to do that, I always need to put it in a sticky note first. Then I need to copy it again. And we say current team. And this is the post Hellroom team. Is that not any different from this one? No. Then this is how we can do that, and we're gonna put this one here, and we're gonna call that post AHO. And then this is the current actual team. Okay, exclamation mark team should be updated if you want to follow along with that. Alright, we were working on this calc. Here's mine. Okay, so for this fight, it's a double battle, so there's a lot more going on here. We will be leading with Hisuian Electrode, who, with a life orb, outspeeds and kills Greninja. Sweeze, thank you. How's the box looking? Exclamation mark team, you can check the box yourself. It's pretty decent. 23 deaths, so that's quite a lot, but what I have in the box is quite good. It's also here in the top left if you want to squint at it, but exclamation mark team, so you can kind of look at it more in depth if you want to. Long and short, Slowbro with incredible IVs, a Primarina, a almost max speed Milotic, and almost max speed Gyarados. I have a Golisopod, I still have a Caracosta, I have a Salamence, I have a Sneasler, and I have a Dragapult, and I have an Excadrill. I think those are like the long and short. Damn, that Slowbro is really amazing. Yep, and it's natural. I did not change any IVs. That was purely how I caught it. It is insane. So good for the E4. Yes, I definitely think it will be incredible for the E4 when we get there. But it's a little bit ahead of where I'm actually looking at it. Wait, what? Oh, right. So, this fight is a double battle involving terrains. First up, Pincurchin comes in, and Pincurchin will set up an electric terrain. As a result, a Volt Switch with a Life Orb from Hisuian Electrode at level 81 is guaranteed to kill Greninja with Volt Switch. In that same vein, I have Excadrill here, who, with high horsepower and a soft sand, is guaranteed to KO the Pincurchin. Then we know that the mons coming in are the Dhelmise and the Rillaboom. Rillaboom is fast in Excadrill, and that is why we are at 23 damage, so that Fake Out is always the move that's going to be clicked against Excadrill. And on the other side, we have Dhelmise going for Grassy Glide. It will always Grassy Glide the Excadrill because it's a priority move showing a fast kill instead of whatever else there may be going on. In the meantime, I use Volt Switch with Hisuian Electrode. I'm going to switch in Honchkrow. Honchkrow is a brave bird away from KOing Rillaboom. Bye-bye, next. Fake Out plus Grassy Glide, something that can take that. Let's go take a look. What would that be? Oh, I know. That's gonna be our good friend Mela. Mela can take a Fake Out, can take a Grassy Glide, and just stall for a bit when we need to. Then, Torkoal, because of the damage I took so far, it's gonna be a Fake Out, and it's going to be a Grassy Glide. I have written down, that's, Grassy Terrain. Torkoal baits fast kill? Why is that again? With what again? I see Steel Roller as the potential move, but that is not correct. Oh, oops, I am working in the wrong window for you guys. Let's fix that, shall we? Here. So, turn 1, extra drill, Helek, Volt Switch, high horsepower kills, Pincurchin, grass types in, excavates fake out and grassy glide, Exca goes to Torkoal, fake up his grassy glide, thud into Torkoal, Bravebird kills Rillaboom, Torkoal baits fast kill. That's what I have written down so far. That's the idea. But in order for Torkoal to actually bait that fast kill, I would need to be a bit lower than just full HP. I have him at 75, I can put him at 74, that's fine too. And then I would need him to be at... I need him to take the fake out and the grassy glide. Get the heal, which would be, let's see, that's 196. 196 divided by 16 is 12. So I need to be 12 below the damage for Steel Roller, which is 95. So 95 plus 58 plus 27, that's 65 is 85, 95, 85, 170. I need him to be a 170. Double checking. If I were to get Fake Out and Grassy Glide, I always see that he can kill me with Steel Roller. I get a bit of heal back. I go to 85, then I go to 97. Oh, wait, that's not correct. One sec. I set 170. Maybe it is 180 that I need to be at instead. Grassy Glide. Fake Out. 95, I go to 107. Yeah, so 190... 180 HP. $180 HP. Yeah, okay. 174, 180 HP Torkoal. Because then I will bait a fast kill from the Delmise into Torkoal. But Honchkrow is faster, therefore Bravebird kills it before it can do anything. Then Clawitzer comes in, and I have two Mons on the field that can outspeed and kill it. Combined. Honchkrow does an Air Slash or whatever, or a Sucker Punch, and then Hisuian Electrode does Thunder, does Energy Ball, and we're done. So we don't even need 5 Mons, we just need 4. We don't even need to bring Pulse if we don't have to, if we don't want to. So I'm gonna bring him anyway, but it's more so for moral support. And let's bring a guy that I don't mind losing. The guy I mind losing the least right now. Alistair? No. It's Berg. Okay. Then item-wise, we need you to be holding a Life Orb. Life Orb. You need to be holding Soft Sand. And that's it. We don't need anything else. We need to do pre-damaging, but I will do that in a little bit. Gonna do healing. And we are battle ready. Just keep an eye on my... Okay, then we needed to lead with Excadrill and Yorn Calc Screen. Am I still? I thought I changed it already. Is it not changing for you guys? On my end, it looks like I changed. Not anymore. Okay. No. I was aware that I was still on it, but thank you for reminding me, of course. This should be everything. I might just be a bit behind. Yeah, no, that's fine. No worries. I need to get my scripts so I can do the pre-damage that I need to do, and that is specifically... I need to pre-damage Amaris to 23. That number is correct. I already checked it. And I need to get Mela to 180. And bada bing, bada boom, we did it. Here we go. Route 124 just opened up. Route 124 will also have a bunch of extra heart skills for us to get. We're not gonna worry about that quite yet. We're just gonna worry about the fights that we need to do. I will also look at the optionals if need be. Shit! You're not wrong. Rather, I left something in the oven. Thankfully, I had an alarm on that would turn off the oven if it were to go off, but I didn't hear it. So what I had in the oven just didn't fully bake. Which is a lot less extreme than what I was expecting to find, and which was like a black... a fully blackened item left in the oven that I would need to, get the smoke alarm, which would get the smoke alarm going. Okay, but... let that be a lesson, don't bake while you're streaming, I guess. Oh my god. Okay, to ensure we're not getting Tuesday bugged, I'll save once again. Yeah, so, full context, let me tell the full story there. At the start of the stream, I had, or like almost at the start of the stream, I put a bread in the oven. And that thing was baking while we were streaming. I had an alarm set up, but I didn't hear it because my headphone was a bit too loud and I was too focused in on the stream. When the alarm goes off, it turns off the oven. But I forgot about that. So when I went to check on it, I was scared to find like a fully burnt bread. It's undercooked, so all things considered, not that big a deal. But it's still dumb to forget about it. That. Okay, I needed to have the sewing electrode in slot 2. Okay. Let's do this fight. Who is the... Declan is the male, so I think I need to be high just in case. I'm going bored of swimming. How about a battle? Here I am, swimming by my lonesome on this wide, beautiful sea. There's no other word for it. This is pathetic. I know my cries of stress apparently. Close guess. Close enough. Yeah. Okay, let's see if I goofed Tuesday. I did not. Awesome. So, quick recap. High horsepower kills Pincurchin. Volt switch, thanks to the held life orb and thanks to the electric terrain, exactly kills Greninja. Neither of them can outspeed me, there's no priority going on, so it's just 1 hit, 2 hit, done, next. Bye Greninja, get some life orb chip, and we will switch to Cyrus. Get some experience and high horsepower, KO's Pincurchin with no fuzz. He has an electric gem, so there was no focus sash or anything. So now the two grass types come in. That's Delmise and that's Rillaboom. We have Amaris pre-damaged here specifically so that Amaris is always dead to a fake out from Rillaboom. And Delmise also sees a kill into Amaris with its priority move. Mela can take both of those. In the meantime, Cyrus here can KO Rillaboom. Yeah, and with the Grassy Glide plus Fake Out, Mela is at 93, and that Brave Bird was guaranteed to KO. Grassy Terrain puts it at 105, and at 105, Mela is guaranteed to be KO'd by Steel Roller. And maybe Power Whip, but definitely Steel Roller. In the meantime, we go back to Melly. And Cyrus, with Brave Bird, is guaranteed to KO the Delmise. Delmise should always go for the fast kill. Therefore, nothing will happen against Cyrus, and we take him out with ease. Melly gets some Grassy Terrain heal, and finally Clawitzer comes in. Clawitzer is slower than both of my Mons, so we can just Thunderbolt, and we can Sucker Punch, or we can Air Slash. It doesn't really matter, because that Thunderbolt already brings him down to his Sash. Actually, no, it's not Thunderbolt I should be using. I should be using Energy Ball just in case, and we use Air Slash. Air Slash cannot miss. Energy Ball brings him down to his Sash. At 81, we are faster with Honchkrow. Barely, I might add. And then Air Slash takes the kill. I think I need to go pick up my wife now. Clawits are done. No idea that you were this strong. I'm feeling blue. Blue is the sky. 1304, that's nothing. Whatever. One fight done of the trek towards Moss Deep. I'm gonna head back home. Or rather, head back to a Pokemon Center. And unfortunately, this is where I'm gonna cut off my stream. Because I will be having to do some... I'll be running out of time at this point. Once again, I will save here. For the people that joined me across the entire stream, thank you guys for watching. Good luck in Tantalizer Gym. Thank you. I hope to do that either tomorrow or Tuesday night. So that's going to be tomorrow at like 6-ish hours from this point, basically. So if you're able to join that, you're welcome. Of course, I understand if you're not able to. For now, let's bring you guys over to someone else. Always pay it forward. I feel like that's the right thing to do. Let's see. Someone who is streaming RnB. Yeah, me. Sure. Let's see. I see rubber ducky C. Sure, let's do that. Rubber ducky. I'll bring you guys over there. He only started a little bit ago, and he seems to be on brawly splits. So, yeah, that should be everything. Once again, thank you guys for watching. Until next time, see you guys around. And, need to have the right window. Yeah, see you guys. Bye-bye.